Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Another episode of, America Reinfected. I don't know what to say. Uh, it seems like everything's opened up and things are opening. Although, when I look around, I personally don't see too many infections going on. Um, and as for yesterday's video, well, sorry, I didn't make a yesterday's video. I didn't make a video for Saturday. So I'm making a video for Sunday, and I'll wrap two things together. I'm starting to get tired of talking about it and being in this pandemic. Although there's nothing I can do about it, I can complain, but it doesn't change the fact that we are all in some kind of global pandemic, and perhaps even some of us at a stay at home lockdown or choosing to self isolate. I'm sure some of you are also going going out just fine. So, anyways, so let me just talk about my perspective or what I've done here domestically. Here where I live, Fort Bend County, there has been an increase. I'm looking at the numbers right now. Here it is. I'll eventually go over some of this real quick, but I won't go over it too much. Um, well, there's the numbers. I, Saying these large numbers is just a waste of my time. There it is. All right, 1.4 million in total cases, 88,000 deaths. It'll probably get up to 90,000 by Monday or even Tuesday. It'll definitely get up to 100,000, and probably in the course of the rest of the year, it'll definitely get over into the hundreds of thousands. I do think it will, especially when the second wave comes in, which is during fall and winter. So I do believe that will still happen. Anyways, I'm looking right here at Texas here, and I noticed there is new cases here, highest to date, I believe. As I look at Texas here, hold on, yeah, let me look right here. According to this, it says 18,001 new cases as of what is it, May? May, let me see, January, February, March, April, May. Yeah, May 16th. Of course, supposedly the state has reopened, and I haven't noticed any difference. Everything seems to be the same where I am. Everything's the same where I am for the most part. Nothing's really changed. The facilities around my community are still closed. The trails have always been open. Of course, I've been riding my electric bicycle. If you haven't seen some of those videos, go and check them out. Um, I've been riding my electric bicycle depending on whether the weather, like the if it's raining or if it's sunny outside. So depending on the weather, and I've been picking up lunch or breakfast and lunch for the kids and some extra food. They have another thing going on where uh, you give them your name or name of your children, and they'll give you more food that's separate from the school, but they're doing it at the school. And so I've literally got a refrigerator full of food, extra food, packaged food, and some vegetables and fruits and other things. And we kind of have an abundance right now, but I'm still going to get food because food is the number one commodity right now, worth more than, um, if you ask me, worth more than gold, worth more than money. Although money can get you food, but grocery prices are increasing. Shortages of meat. So trying to get meat, even if you have money, you couldn't buy the meat. Okay. So food is the new commodity. Food is the new toilet paper, I guess. Which food should always have been the first thing, uh, the most important commodity. So even though we're getting more than we have a lot, I'm still going to be taking that in because I don't know what's going to be happening in the next 3 months. There is certain there there is food uncertainty. All right, there is food insecurity. So whether it's bad food or good food, food is food. So we're eating the perishables or trying to eat the perishables, and then the packaged stuff that we get and the vegetables. We can't eat all the vegetables, unfortunately, but they will rot. So I am considering maybe getting a juicer. We get a lot of carrots and celeries, which kids don't like to eat, and there's only so much I can eat. Apples can last a while, but eventually, those are going to perish. Oranges go real quick. They give us a lot of oranges. That goes real quick. So food security is really important. Even though there's no, you know, real shortage, I mean, people are still able to eat. People are still able to buy meat. It's just that it's the meat part is limited. There's still food, but prices have gone up. Okay, so to save my money, because I do believe inflation is going to occur. So let me talk about international. All right, and I'll go over the numbers real briefly. I do have concerns that there in my state there is an increase in the numbers, and it happens to coincide with the reopening of the state. So I don't know if they're related or if people are just very tired of staying at home and are getting careless. That could be it. I do believe, however, overall, that uh, the virus will continue to go down, and I'll try to show you here. It is trending downwards overall in America, but where I am, it's trending up, and I'll kind of show that right here. This is doctor visits in the last 2 to 3 weeks. Doctor visits in my county, Fort Bend County, right here. You see right here, Fort Bend County, which is this thing right here, is it has gone up. So there is some correlation, but I don't know if it's causation. Let me see here. Numbers have increased. There's over 200 cases. Anyways, I do think in the summer, because if you look here, their estimated infections, although this hasn't been updated, it's still like what May 12th. I'm sure with the new numbers, it's as it updates, it's gonna change, but there is an expected or expectation of decreased infections during the summer. If you see here, if you look here, there is expectation. Even the death peaks out around May 25th. So it's May 15th, so 10 more days it should peak out. Matter of fact, there was today was the highest death, 57 or 58 death in the state of Texas. So this numbers should be up higher. So it may be up higher, like up here. Anyways, even then, the expected death are coming down, and I know these are just projections. It may not mean anything, but I still believe that the death rates and the infections will go down over the summer period. So with that being said, the other issue is ammo. Can you get ammo? So can you get ammo? I've been looking at my local academy, and every time I usually wait on the weekly ads because that's when they advertise specials and deals. And usually in the summer, they don't really offer any special deals on ammo, so you're paying retail anyway. Well, I've been looking online, and my location is my nearest store. They're mostly, if not always, out of stock on ammo. Mostly, if not always, out of stock on ammo. I'm not really going to drive around. I do have ammo, so I'm well equipped. I don't go for high powered because I try to dollar cost average. I try to average my cost to get the cheapest and the most amount of ammo. Abundance is really important right now. So if you have an abundance of food, if you have an abundance of guns or if you have an abundance, and you don't necessarily have to have an abundance of guns. If you have some guns and some rifles, that should be good enough. But having the abundance of ammo is probably more important than money, gold, and even Bitcoin, all right? Or silver or whatever, okay? So some commodities are really more important. So this summer, um, as I feel that the virus will be dampened and the number of infections will decrease, especially over the summer. So I do believe summer will be a backdrop. Now, people have been guessing, hypothesizing that the coronavirus will not do well during the summer because of the UV rays will kill it. And I do believe fomite cross contamination was the key factor in the current pandemic. All right, if you think about when this happened, uh, er, there's some estimates as early in China that it was around November, October, November, December, you know, October. So there's some estimates that it really started in October. And as you saw, it spread during mostly the northern hemisphere. So as we're transitioning from winter, spring, and into summer, you're going to see the Earth rotate. And I do believe that the southern hemisphere, South America, Africa, Australia, will be getting the effects or will start getting more infected. And so it does give opportunity and time. And it's mainly weather, or I'm basing it on UV rays. As the Earth tilts, the southern hemisphere is going to move further away. The UV rays will not be as strong, and the coronavirus will live on surfaces longer, giving it more chance to infect people. I think fomite was the key. Now, just because you're in the northern hemisphere, it doesn't mean you're completely safe, because as long as there are infected people, there are still a chance of a breakout. Okay, so um, it'll just reduce the contamination of surfaces. But if you're infected and you're coughing all over the place, then it really doesn't do any good, because if you're in a crowd of people and you're asymptomatic, even breathing can get you infected. So that is what I'm talking about as future prediction. Um, so summer will, I do believe summer, the UV rays of the sun will dampen the virus. It still will not eliminate the infections, because if you are infected, then you're shedding viruses, whether you're asymptomatic or symptomatic. So, and then the transition from northern hemisphere to southern hemisphere, as the Earth rotates or tilts, rotating and the axis is tilted, the UV rays will be more intensive in the northern hemisphere. And so take that opportunity to stock up on food and stock up on supplies if you can get supplies. All right. If you can't, people talk about building gardens. Well, if you can, you should do it now, because your gardens don't grow during the winter. Most plants don't really grow during the winter. And this is going to cause another food shortage. So food shortages are going to be a big problem. I do believe that. And because of that, every country is going to be on self-preservation. So um, trade, all right. Don't ex- there won't be that much trading going on when all of a sudden you're at a deficit of food. You're not going to be trading away your food, no matter what the agreement is. There's going to be a lot of force majeure or act of God, in which people will break their contract. All right. It happened during the pandemic with China. They broke their agreement to send masks to America and all over the world. They hoarded masks, medical supplies. Now that's going to happen with food. So expect some disruption in food now. If you've seen some of my early videos when I was riding my bike talking about the coronavirus, I did talk about supply chain disruption, which we've felt. I've noticed on stuff on Amazon, some stuff is not available that would normally come out of China, uh, or they're priced higher, or they're not available, or they take longer. So there is supply chain disruption. The second, all right, the second part is now food chain disruption, and we're already experiencing that right here, right now with meat shortages. I think it will recover. It does not mean that there will be a famine. No one's going to die of starvation, but expect food chain supply disruptions to happen. Um, Not because anything that happens within this country, but if you look outside of this country, there is going to be disruptions in food chain supply, in harvesting and growing, workers getting sick. You're going to have problems, and that's going to be an issue, and people aren't going to be able to trade. They may cancel their trade agreements. You name it. Everything's going to happen. And as soon as those things happen, I do still expect conflict. You cancel trade agreements. That causes disruptions. That's bad for business. People are people and countries are in self-preservation mode. They're starting to get into self-preservation mode. So people are and countries are going to look after themselves first before they start giving away their food, their medicine, their medical supplies, whatever, their guns, their ammo. So, watch out for those things. So I want to just recap here, okay, before I end the video. I'm not going to do too much on the numbers. I mean, I'll scroll up and you can take a look at the numbers again. I think this is more important. Look at the daily infected. It is trending down, and it will trend down during June, July, and August. It will continue to trend down. What we have to be careful is October, November, December, all right, and even into January, February, March again, because I think that's when the virus will persist back to, it will migrate along with the people migrating. Border protection is going to be really super duper big topic. And on top of that, we have an election coming up, border protection, trade, all right, protecting self preservation, protecting your countrymen, your own citizens within your country. That's going to be a big issue. A lot of things are going to happen. And so I'll save that for another video, but I just want to end this video right now, give you something to watch on Sunday. Um, I'm recording this 10:47 p.m. Saturday, May 16th, 2020. So by the time you watch this, it will be May 17th, Sunday. Uh, and I'll try to make another video next week. Until next time, everyone, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, bye bye.